Chemistry, ESC 216. I am your course facilitator, Nihad Goni. This is our fifth unit, which looks at curriculum implementation. In this unit, we'll be dealing with what curriculum implementation is, the various processes that it involves, and also the factors that it influences. After studying this unit, which is made up of 6 sessions, you will be able to state the sequence of steps which has resulted in successful implementation of curriculum in many educational systems. You will also be able to explain briefly the process of curriculum implementation, which includes the planning stage, the tryout stage, and also you're able to distinguish between tryout and field trial as curriculum implementation processes. That's not all. You're able to state at least 3 factors that influence curriculum implementation and explain how those factors could influence the curriculum implementation. This is going to be a wonderful session. You are welcome to it. And this is the first session. In this session, we begin with the definition and processes of curriculum implementation. By the end of this session, you should be able to define curriculum implementation, state the sequence of steps which have resulted in successful implementation of curriculum in many educational systems. When you hear implementation, what comes to mind? Literally, implementation means the process of putting a decision or plan into effect, or the process of executing a plan or decision. And so, curriculum simply refers to the process of translating curriculum plans into practical teaching and learning in the classrooms throughout the entire school system. According to Lewy, it is the open use of a program throughout an entire school system. According to him, implementation is closely connected with the idea of change. Also, according to Fulan, implementation is the process of putting into practice an idea, program, or set of activities and structures that are new to the people attempting or expected to change. This change we are looking at may be externally imposed or voluntarily sought after. Basically, it is actually the changes in the curriculum plan, the materials, the method of teaching, the aim, the structure, and the content of education that are put into effect throughout the school system. Curriculum implementation takes different forms depending on the type of educational system that is concerned. And when I talk about the type of educational system, I mean whether it is the centralized educational system or the decentralized educational system. I hope you remember what DE stands for. Now, under the decentralized system, curriculum implementation normally take on the evolutionary character. What we mean by the evolutionary character is that the changes are made on a very small scale at the level of a school or the school district, and then they are gradually adopted by other schools and school districts when the benefits of the changes introduced have been evident, and then the schools want to reap such benefits. So in that case, it starts from the schools, and when the curriculum is showing a lot of benefits to the school, other schools will adopt it. That is how it is implemented under a decentralized system. But for the centralized system, like that of Ghana, curriculum implementation is predominantly initiated and also controlled by the Ministry of Education. The Ministry of Education is the central body for this work. Curriculum implementation is always an attempt to introduce certain desirable changes in the curriculum to make it better. It often involves the spread of curriculum ideas, values, materials, and activities from one location to another. These materials, activities, among others, have been seen to be beneficial That is why they are being adopted from the other locations. Now, the sequence of steps which has resulted in successful implementation in many educational systems are what we are going to look at. First, planning. Secondly, tryout. Thirdly, failed trial. Then, dissemination and redesign of the examination system. And then finally, the quality control. These are the steps and this is the sequence that have resulted in many successful implementations in educational systems. First, planning, tryout, field trial, dissemination, redesign of the examination system, and then quality control. We have come to the end of this session actually, and some self-test questions. 1. Define curriculum implementation. And 2. State the sequence of steps which have resulted in successful implementation of curriculum in many educational systems. We have come to the end of the session. In this session, we looked at curriculum implementation and the various sequence of steps that is helpful for successful implementation of curriculum in educational systems. The steps include planning, followed by tryout, then field trip, then dissemination, followed by a redesign of the examination system, and finally quality control. We will look in depth into each of these stages in our next session. Thank you and see you in our next session.